So here is the thesis statement that I've added to the end of this paper. Farms are very different from our imagination in two important ways. And you can see I'm really repeating a lot of information that's already in there. We know that farms are different from our imagination. We've mentioned two important ways about harvest and raise animals. But at this point, we needed something extra that wasn't still part of that reversal, and really was just focusing on this is exactly what's going to be in our paper, simple and clear. Okay, so from here, our introductory paragraph now looks much more full. Each of the colors are a little bit longer, and everything feels more complete and fleshed out. All right, so let's take a look at one more point. What about Pollan? So remember that you do need to introduce Michael Pollan and the Omnivore's Dilemma in your paper because it is your sole and important source of information. In this paper, you only have one source. So you can put him in the introduction or near the beginning of body paragraph 1. Many people put him in body paragraph 1 near the beginning. That was completely fine and good. You don't need to change that, okay? Remember that the first time you need to include his full name, Michael Pollan, and then after that, don't call him Michael. He's not your buddy, right? Call him Pollan, and you don't need to say the title again. So let's take a look. Here's the end of that introduction, just from the blue part on, so we can see it more clearly. I added in this little piece about Michael Pollan, but it flows from what we were talking about. So in the blue part, remember we're doing the reversal, saying, well, most people have this wrong idea. Okay, and then Michael Pollan opens up our eyes to the truth of the modern industrial farm in the Omnivore's Dilemma. Okay, you don't want to say Michael Pollan gives us evidence. Okay, that's just not an elegant way to do it. We show our evidence, we don't say here's our evidence. Okay, so we've been talking about how we need to see the truth or people don't see the truth. So this sentence shows us that Michael Pollan gives us the truth. And that leads right into our thesis statement, which I changed just a little bit to say he shows us that farms are very different from what we imagine in two important ways. So I included him in our thesis statement. You don't have to do that, just showing you one option. I'm not going to go through the conclusion in so much detail, but know that you need to apply the same principles. Your conclusion should also be a complete paragraph. It is your last opportunity to leave a good impression with the reader, so take it seriously. It should be full and complete, moving step by step. Now you can go a little faster through the information here because everything's familiar now. The brain is ready to hear it more quickly. So you can summarize things more densely, okay? But your final thought in particular is a place to expand. Many of you have your final thought for one little baby sentence, and I think that was taught at a different level, okay? But now, at a more advanced level, it's time to explore that final comment more deeply. This is a topic that really makes us think, so help your reader think about it as deeply as you do. Pose interesting questions, you know, stay really close to the topic that you've covered in your paper, but just expand that final thought a little bit more. It doesn't have to be just an opinion. It could be an opinion and some ideas about the future. Make that a little bit more robust. All right, so I hope this helps you to make some changes to your introductions and your conclusions for better drafts in the future. Good luck.